like everything is a slog for you guys offensively in the half court. What are you seeing as far as half court execution?
Yeah, I think well, a few things. One is I thought and we'd been really, really good on the backboard. We got really, really hurt on the backboard. I thought physically on some possessions, even on post-ups and stuff, there wasn't enough help there. So that was part of it. Yeah, I think the other thing, in the half court, I agree. We've got to be better at moving the. There's not like a lot of guys are just going to be in space and just boom, boom, 1-2 dribbles and break. We got to do it collectively together. And as great as Zach was tonight, and it was, I think it's so hard to score in this league, and especially night in and night out when a guy like him, who is such a pronounced scorer and has been a pronounced scorer, and teams are putting him on the top of every single scouting report. For him to do what he did scoring-wise is really, really incredibly remarkable. But we still lost by double digits, and we've got to be able to play, in a way that, to your point, it's easier and it flows, and we're helping one another. There's opportunities for us to really get downhill and pass the ball, and there's times that we hold on to it too long. There's times that we're not making the pass, the next one, so we can get downhill. And if we do those things and cut and move better, we can generate good stuff. There's times, like I said, we're okay with it, and at times we're really bad, and there's times we're pretty good. But we've got to be able to be better there in terms of the execution of helping us get downhill, to your point, where it's not like a struggle as a possession. Because what happens is when someone gets caught with the ball and they're unable to get by their man, we get stuck. We just do. And we've got to be able to find ways to get downhill. And certainly Zach got it going really, really early, and it was really productive, and it kept us hanging around there. But we've got to have more sustained, where we've got to just keep trusting the pass, trusting each other, trusting the ball movement, and trusting, guys that when they're open.
Joe asked you about Patrick pregame, so I'll do it postgame. We'll talk to him, but where do you think his head is at? Where do you think his confidence is at?
I don't know. You probably need to ask him. I don't want to speak for him. Still want him to be aggressive and try to take advantage of opportunities and all those things. But, as the game's going on, I really thought, like, Io gave us really good minutes in that first half, so I kind of got him as, instead of Javon early, not that Javon did anything wrong, I just thought that give Io, I was trying to get energy into the game. It was a back-to-back. I thought that second unit came in there again tonight. It was pretty good. We struggle sometimes offensively. But Zach stayed in with that group because he had kind of had it going, and certainly helped that group score. But again, I think the more things Patrick can get into the game, the better for him, the better for our team.
Hey, Billy, I know you've talked about, your guys' version of the big three with Vooch and DeMar and Zach. That, look, it's still a star league. Those three have to have good days, and that's not to say that the other guys can just sit back and watch. You saw that last year with the efficiency of those three, and still the win-loss record wasn't well. But it seems like from 2 years ago when they first came together, they were more connected, where it seems they've gotten kind of disconnected. Do you get that sense that those three, the flow between those three and the kind of synergy those three have isn't where it was a couple of years ago? And are you able to put your finger on why that is?
Yeah, I think it's probably a question to ask those guys. I don't want to speak for them because you're asking about their synergy. I do think they all have to play off each other, better, and we all have, it's not just those three, it's the five guys that are on the court. We've got to, I think the more we move the ball, quite honestly, the ball's going to find back to those three guys, the more we make, and plus the other thing too is, inevitably, because the group has been together, you get like a snapshot and a picture of what's going to work and what's not going to work. So we should really know very, very clearly what's not going to work.
Right.
Holding the basketball, not moving the basketball, not playing downhill, not getting to the free throw line, not getting to offensive rebounds. Like, it's not so. We have to be able to, if we really want to be the team that we're trying to become, those are the things. I would not sit there and say it's because of those three guys. I think that would be unfair. I think yeah, okay, I'm sorry.
You've talked about this before. For you guys to be a playoff level team, those three have to be those three.
That's right.
The back of the basketball card has to match what they're doing on a nightly basis. And it just seems it's not. If anything, it seems like it's kind of going the other way. It seems like they're not, I don't know if it's because it's early season, but it seems like from what it was 2 years ago, there was more of a feeding off one another. And it just seems like, as of right now, what we're seeing is a group that's kind of, I don't know if it's disjointed. I don't know if it's frustrated with each other. It just doesn't seem.
Yeah, I thought we had there was a possession there, a series in that third quarter. We had those three guys up high, and we had some really good screening action. I think Zach got downhill one time, got a layup. DeMar made a jump shot. Vooch had it inside, I think, on a roll. Like, there was some, really, really good things that happened there. But, I think asking them, I don't want to speak for them, because I don't get that sense being around them that they're frustrated with each other or disjointed with each other. I never get that. I see.
I don't think as people they are, because they're all good guys. We know that just by dealing with it. But it just seems on the court, something is off with those three. It's just not, something is not syncing up.
Well, if you look at the numbers, that's a fair statement. And the thing about it is, I think that we've got to play. I think one of the hardest things to do when you have three players like that and coming together, there needs to be a unified vision, a shared vision of how you got to play. You know what I mean?